Welcome to the story of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Like you've never heard it before. This story isn't told by the one Dragonborn that masters all, but told to you through the eyes of many different characters. From the good and the bad and those in between. From soldiers on both sides of the Civil War. From warriors seeking honor. To mages seeking great power. To thieves seeking to get wealthy. To assassins seeking fear. And those who are cursed children of the night seeking justice. And those who were simply in the wrong place at the right time. Welcome to the story of the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, told to you by all of us that take part in it. We hope you enjoy. If you like these stories, chuck us a subscribe and your credit card number.
Oh, come on now, that's not in the script. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a good one.
Chapter 31, The Pup and the Matriarch. After a few months being healed, I was finally able to move. First, let me tell you how I ended up here. Me and my family were ambushed on the roads from Whiterun from bandits. They killed my mother and sister and abused me back in their camp. For a week or so, I took their beatings while they raped me. At the end of it, I was moments from dying, before I was rescued by a great warrior with a golden mask. She took me to the Temple of Kinnereth, and for the last 2 months I've been healing. She left me some gold and a weapon she found where she found me. Now that I'm able to walk, I want to be like her, like the woman that saved me. I want to be strong, so nobody will ever be able to hurt me again, or the ones I love. I want to find this warrior and thank her, but I'm in no shape to travel the roads and survive them. I've been thinking about joining the companions, and there I can learn how to fight, how to become a great warrior myself. So that's where I'll start. I'll head over to Jorvaskr and see if they'll have me. I fear they won't accept me. Everyone that joins the companions is an experienced warrior. I've never even held a sword before today. I hope they will give me the chance. I'll put everything I have into it. I'll be the greatest warrior one day if only they give me the chance. How Amasila loved to stare at the statue of Kinnereth. I will do my best to make Mother and Amasila proud. Gods, I miss them so much. When I entered the room, the man in the middle eyed me down, with a stare that I didn't belong here, but that I wanted to. He asked me who was I, and why was I here. I told him my name and that I wanted to be a great warrior, that I'd give it all for that dream. He smiled and told me to take a seat beside him so we could talk more. He said he had seen me around the Gildergreen and staring at the statue of Kyne. I told him what happened to me and why I was here. He then accepted me into the companions. He said there's a bed downstairs for you. I was so happy. I'll go to sleep. So I'm up early to start. He told me to head to the Skyforge when the sun's up for some armor. Then I can start training. I was up early, and never have I seen a sunrise so beautiful. Maybe this is a mark of the beginning of my new life. When the sun was up, I was told to visit the smith so I could get some armor. The Harbinger told me that a warrior is as only good as their armor.
We Greymanes got just as much to be proud of as them Battleborns, but you won't see us with our noses in the air. Gods be praised.
A warrior is as only good as their armor. I see what he did there. Gave me iron because I'm a horrible warrior. Time to change that. Time to watch the others and see how they move. Then I'll give it a try myself. I first need to learn how to hold a weapon and a shield without looking like a fool. I attacked that dummy for an hour before I saw an older woman come out and start using a bow. That would be something handy to learn for the roads. Her name was Ayla the Huntress, a great warrior of the Companions, the Matriarch of the Companions. I asked her if I could try. She accepted and showed me how to stand, and how to draw back the bowstring with my fingers, and that I had to breathe when taking my shot. I got the hang of it pretty quick. This will be good for hunting. She was impressed with how quickly I was able to pick it up. After an hour or so, my arm was really sore. It started to rain, and we went and sat down. Then Ayla started asking me questions. I told her all I could. I told her I lived on a farm near Whiterun, that I had a little sister and mother. And one day when we came to sell goods in Whiterun, we were attacked on the way back home. Once I told her all that, she told me she had a daughter around my age. That was traveling Tamriel. She said in a couple days she'll find me and help me become this great warrior. There's something about the rain and the thunder that brings me peace. Ever since I woke in the temple, instead of being scared, I feel calm and peaceful. Maybe I should practice in the rain. I have most of the area to myself. Not all my future battles will be out in the sunlight after all. I better learn how to stand my ground and fight in the wet. Many things can change in combat when everything is wet. For the next few days, I watched the others. I talked with everyone and asked if they could show me. I wasn't ready to spar anyone yet, so I just observed and practiced on the dummies. I didn't see Ayla around. Maybe she was out on a job, and when she's back, she'll teach me how to be a great warrior. I went to the local inn and asked the owner if she had seen the golden masked warrior. She told me she had, many times, but not in a while. I asked her if she sees her, to let me know straight away. I want to thank her. I want to be just like her. On the way back to Jorvaskr, Ayla was waiting outside for me. She told me we were hitting the roads. She said the best teacher for a warrior is the roads. Nothing can teach you to become a great warrior like the roads. She said we were off to Eastmarch to kill some bear that's entered somebody's home. I've never left Whiterun since I arrived in Skyrim with my mother 10 years ago. And Eastmarch is the home of the Stormcloaks. That's where my father died. Patrolling the roads of Eastmarch, where a rebel militia attacked his patrol on the roads, killing him. This was just before the Empire abandoned the east of Skyrim. That was the reason the Empire pulled out of the east. Too many Nords were killing Imperial soldiers on the roads. Ayla let me kill any of the undead on the roads. It was good practice. No doubt I will fight more undead in more time. Here we were in Eastmarch, the very roads my father was killed on. These rebels took my father from me. I might even join the Legion when I become a great warrior. We walked past a giant's camp. I'd only ever seen them walking far in the distance. They were so grand. Ayla told me they are peaceful creatures, but strong and never a good idea to make them angry. But sometimes they are sent out to kill them because they harass and kill people on the roads. On the way there, she let me face a troll. She was right. You learn more on the roads when things are actually trying to kill you. She said you can spar and practice on the dummies for years, and then die in your first fight. Nothing prepares you for the world better than the roads. The view was breathtaking. The mill we were going to was right down the cliff. There we would face this bear. Ayla went to find the owner, to let them know the companions were here. She saw a woman working the mill. Ayla stared at her weirdly. She said something weird, like this elf smells funny, that she wasn't right. I didn't know elves smelled different to us, but I'm new to all of this. She definitely wasn't normal. No woman that size could pick up a tree. Maybe elves are stronger than humans. The cave bear was massive. How in Dagon did this thing fit in here? Ayla let me fight the bear. All she said was, "Keep your shield up," and by the gods I did. I tried my best, but this thing was massive. My sword was like a little needle to this thing. Ayla just stood there while I fought against death itself. When the bear knocked me down, she quickly jumped in and cut the bear down. She made that look way too easy.
Thank you. Oh, I thought that beast would be the
When we were done, she told me we were off to a place called Iverstead. She said in this time of the year the place will look beautiful. And she was right. This place had so many beautiful colors. She was after bear pelts, and this place had a bear problem. So we'd rest for a little bit. Then there's something she wanted to show me. We talked about my past, and what I really wanted. She said she knows of the warrior that saved me, that Ayla is something like her, that her daughter is just like this warrior. She told me her name was Freya Moonborn, that she was a mercenary and bounty hunter, that she was special, not like most Nords, very much like Ayla's daughter. Ayla got off her chair when she saw the woman she was here to see.
The worst place in Skyrim to run a mill. How am I supposed to do anything with all those bears running around? Are you kidding? Those damn things will drive me right out of business. Tell you what, bring me 10 of their pelts from anywhere in Skyrim. I'll gladly pay you for thinning out the herd. Now go give those stupid bears what's coming to them.
After some warm meads, we were off to hunt some bears, and Ayla had something important to show me. During the fall, the Rift was the most beautiful place in all of Skyrim. We just had to paint it red with some bears. Ayla told me not to be alarmed, then started undressing. She was nice to look at, but I really thought she had something else on her mind than sex. She ended up transforming into a damn werewolf. Ayla was a werewolf. What an oblivion. She made easy work of those bears. She cut them up like butter. She chased one and then ended up slaughtering everything in her sight. It was like that wasn't even Ayla anymore. But she didn't attack me. This is what she wanted to show me. The power she has. How strong it makes her. Will becoming a werewolf make me a powerful warrior? Ayla ended up killing all the bears we needed for their furs. For the traders Ayla was working with and the mill owner in Iverstead. After we were all done, we went back to Whiterun. When we got back, Ayla wanted to talk more. All she would tell me on the way back, that being a werewolf was not for the weak, that only the strong can handle such gifts. We sat down for a few meads. She told me the gift of the werewolf could be mine, but I must first prove myself to be strong, for the werewolf destroys anybody too weak. She told me the woman I'm after is a werewolf, but one born a werewolf, one gifted, like her daughter. She told me to think about it, and grow, and that I shall, and when I'm ready she'll find me.
So this story continues from, I think it's chapter, I don't even remember, dude. Did it 2 months ago. The story of Octavia, who is going to be the support character for Freya. This is a little bit of a background. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It's called Wolf and the Pup. And it's pretty a sad story. But we continue our story 2 months later, because she was, what happened to her, she was rescued and left in the Temple of Kind to survive, be healed. And she heals. And I've actually, I decided to change the story of what I normally did in the last one. The last one she was to leave, and then, it was winter in the last time, and she went to go find Freya, travel the roads. But again, she's got no skills whatsoever. No survival skills, no combat skills, and, she'd die again straight away. So I thought, why not make a bit more sense and have her join the companions? It's literally right next door to the temple, and she'll be able to learn some skills to survive and to fight, and one day when she thinks she's strong enough, she'll be able to, track down this woman that saved her, thank her, and maybe even ask if she will help her or train her, you know, and that's the whole kind of point of it. And this is kind of her journey through it all. Now I did want to show off Freya again, because in the last time she was wearing like a Nordic leather armor and she had short hair, and this one with this new armor that came out like a Hercene replacer, I've already got the Hercene armor for Freya, and I just kind of want this to be something that looks similar to it, but like a werewolf's armor. And the companions in the current time don't openly turn people into werewolves anymore, you know. Iela is still an open worshipper of Hercene and enjoys the gifts of being a werewolf. And she takes Octavia out in the roads because, you know, practical training is the best training. I mean, hell, you could, say for boxing for example, you could be hitting pads and bags for years and go into your first sparring match and be smacked around, because at the end of the day, pads and bags don't throw punches back at you, and the best way to learn is in the field. And this is kind of Iela's sort of thing. It's like you're going to pick up, you know, what you need to know a lot quicker if you hit the roads. You know, she's starting off fresh, you know, only just recently having a weapon in her hands, a few days of training, and she's picking things up quickly because she's got a lot of drive to do so. But she needs to hit the roads to pick up things quicker, because at the moment all she's doing is watching people train, attacking the dummies, and that sort of stuff. And this is the most physical training she's gotten with Iela. And again, she'll definitely improve the time before she meets Freya. Now, the other day I did a story, like a little showcase of a character that I edited, my Demora character, because I gave her a new look and I thought to give her a new story, and I took some inspiration from Elder Scrolls Online, with Demora hiding their appearance, or camouflaging as somebody else. They can do that for sure. And so, this Radiant quest I got from Iela actually sent me to this windmill where I put her previously, and there she was. And Iela's like, this ain't right, my senses aren't kicking in properly here, because I don't smell an elf, I smell something different, you know. And then she's just confused, like, why does this high elf smell odd, like nothing she smelled before? And then why is this high elf picking up a fucking tree? So it's kind of a hint to what, you know, that high elf actually is. Because that was just a recent I recently added that. She was just sitting in Miriam's Dagon as a Demora, and so I enhanced the story, and it just came along, and I'm surprised it sent me here, because the last two characters that I made ended up being in the next stories on their own naturally, by either walking to the inn and sitting down, or having my character's Radiant quest send me to the exact location where I placed it beforehand. Now, Iela is kind of the last werewolf in the thing, because they no longer openly recruit. The second members end up being werewolves. And this is kind of her showing the power of the werewolf to try and recruit someone into her pack. Now, I'm still confused if I want to do Freya to join her in the pack, or Iela. I'm thinking Iela will turn her when she's strong enough, because Iela has told her, it's like, you need to be strong. You can't be weak, or the werewolf will tear you apart, and you'll become a feral. And all that sort of stuff. So she still has a lot of training to do, but she's showing her what she is and what she can have. And I kind of like that, because I might even have Iela turn her like she turned Tonarok, and, you know, he refused the gift and went back to being immortal. And eventually when Octavia sees Freya, she goes and joins her, and Freya could even give her the ring of Hercene, because, you know, the werewolf comes out every full moon, and, you know, it needs to get out and have a bit of freedom. And if you can't afford to, it kind of does it on its own when you get angry. So if you lock it away, it pretty much hulks out. You know, if you get angry, you hulk out into a werewolf. It's not good. And the ring could definitely sort of subtract that. So one thing I want to have a look at real quick is this right here. I've got pureborn werewolves in my game, and they're born with yellowish, moonish eyes, and it's kind of a gift for them. It's kind of the thing we all wish we could do as a werewolf, is turn whenever we want, turn how many times we want, and not have to worry about turning into a werewolf at a random time. And that's the way pureborns are, but they can never be cured, and they've got funny looking eyes. Now, turned werewolves don't have an appearance change at all in Elder Scrolls lore, so I went with that. But what I've done is, werewolves that turn mirror their human. So if, Yada's got sort of greyish hair, and a right blue eye and a blind left eye, and as you can see here, the werewolf has the exact same thing, so it kind of mirrors its human form. You know, it's not going to be some blonde-haired, blue-eyed Nord that goes, "How do you run?" It's not going to be some blonde-haired, blue-eyed Nord that turns into a black-furred werewolf with red eyes. They're going to mirror each other, something like that. But yeah, I'm still a bit confused, you know, because this story was on the spot pretty much as soon as I was making it. I changed it from travelling the roads to hunt down Freya to actually joining the companions, and I think eventually when she's strong enough she might actually turn with a Yayla, but eventually when she finds Freya she will join Freya and become her pretty much companion, because Freya likes girls and Octavia likes girls because of the mistreatment by men, and it's kind of meant to be her support character but also her romance character, and that sort of thing. So yeah, let me know in the comments, because if you guys comment and you guys like things, it kind of gets it out there more in the algorithm. More people see it, and again, the more people that enjoy this sort of stuff get to see it. But it's not just that. I hope these stories to inspire others to do their own sort of stories, even take things of mine. Like you might take Cecilia, the vampire vigilant, and you might change her from an Imperial female to a Nord male, that instead of serving time, you know, serving the Legion during the Oblivion Crisis, he maybe served, you know, like a 600-year-old king, you know, a great king, or he was alive during a different time. Take parts of my stories and adapt them to your own, because that's what we all do with every other story. I've taken many different forms of mediums and blended them to myself. Like, I didn't even mean to make Cecilia look like Batman in a certain way, but somehow it ended up turning out to be like a female version of Batman in the Elder Scrolls. But yeah, anyway, if you guys, you know, like I said, like and comment, it gets out there. More people get to see it. Anyway, I'm out of here. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and peace out.